Does anybody ever give you any trouble for having an easel here?
No, it's fine. Years and years ago, I guess council together with a tripod, you know.
Yeah.
Confusing about tripods, they used to, didn't they?
Go in a bit as close as you can, that's it. There you go.
Trying to find I've got any rag on me.
That's right. I love it. Yes, welcome back to London. I'm here with the X-T4. I was here filming yesterday and I thought I'd try and make another day of it. So I thought I'd come down and see if I can get a couple of videos out of at today's trip in London. So yeah, I'm going to try and break the day down. So I'm here all day. Hopefully not a late one, but I'm going to try and break the day down into a couple of videos. So that was a nice little introduction. As soon as I had my breakfast, I seen that reflection, that awesome reflection of that guy working there. I did go over and explain what I was doing because he was looking at me like, what on earth am I doing crouching by a puddle, pointing the camera at him. So I thought better go over and talk to him and tell him what I'm actually up to. So yeah, he seemed all right about it afterwards though. So yeah, I'm walking the Shoreditch now because I want to do something different today. I want to try and get some more in the way of portraits as opposed to the normal. I think with street photography, if you don't set yourself a project, it's easy to fall into the trap of doing the same thing over and over again. So I figured that if I tell myself today that I've got my 50mm F2 lens deliberately so I can try and look for portraits, because that way, if I'm doing portrait photography as well, obviously they're street portraits more so than street photography, I get that. Well, it's obviously not candid, but by the fact that I'm doing portraits, they're always going to be different. They're not going to be repetitive like I feel some street photography is. So yeah, bit of a project today, but it's going to be good fun. See you in a minute. How are you, man? You alright? Love what you're wearing. What does it say?
Vaquera, it's a brand like a small designer from New York.
Okay, can I grab a shot of you like that? As you was, looks fantastic, man. You look really awesome. I love that, man. You look awesome. It's appreciated. Have a good day, bud. Take care. First street portrait of the day done. It's actually cool. Really quirky looking chap. What he was wearing. I've drawn to people that dress quirky like that though. It's easy. I mean, when you see somebody that's interested, I don't really struggle going up to them and asking for a photograph because I think, you know, they're dressing like that to get attention. And by the fact, I mean, I wouldn't, you know, as long as somebody's like making an effort to look interesting, I wouldn't do that with a homeless person or anything like that unless I was having a conversation with them. But if somebody's dressing interesting and quirky like that, it's normally because they want that attention. So by you going up to them and saying, listen mate, you look amazing, really cool, funky, what's going on with the attire, are you into fashion, that sort of thing, get a little bit of a conversation going, but do it with a smile on your face. And it's absolute doddle because they love it. It fuels their passion for their fashion, if that makes any passion for fashion. It fuels their passion for fashion and they are always welcoming. So yeah, I love people like that. He's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I don't think it's a very good photograph, but the first one never is it? Anyway, I'm probably going to be shooting most of these at f2 just to try and isolate the subject, get rid of the background. But in honesty, I actually forgot I was shooting on a 75mm equivalent, so it was a bit closer with the shot than I wanted it to be. So yeah, oh well, find another one. Hello mate, how are you? You alright?
Very well, thanks.
You look cool with your hat and stuff. It looks really smart. I like it. You got the suit on, you got your nice bag and everything like that. Do you mind if I take a quick picture of you with this?
No,
is that alright? Yeah, you look cool. I love the hat and everything. You look fantastic, man. So what are you up to around here? Just chilling out, yeah?
Well, going to see my specialist at the clinic.
Are you waiting, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh well.
I'm running a bit early, so I thought I'd just sit out here for a while.
Oh, okay. Get some fresh air. And hopefully somebody will come out and take your picture. Superb, man. You look the part. That's awesome. What's your name?
Have a great day, George.
George. Nice to meet you, George. Take care, bud.
You too.
Hey, it does, yeah. Let's have a look at that. See if that works. Oh, you got a hat on your head and a hat in your hand. I've got to ask.
One for all seasons.
Well, is that one waterproof?
No, well, semi.
Can I take a picture of you with your hat and...
You can do.
Is that right? Hang on. Pop it as if you're putting it on top of your head. Awesome. Nice, man. Have a good day.
Who are you working for?
No, I'm just doing YouTube videos, street photography.
Oh, nice one.
Nice to meet you, man.
Enjoy
Have a good day. Where are we even going now, Fabian?
We are near Fitzrovia, going towards Oxford Street.
Near what?
Fitzrovia.
You're making this up.
I'm not.
To see how gullible I am, aren't you?
I've got a feeling you're very good.
It's not that exciting. But what is exciting is this weather that's coming in. Something just fell. Unless it come out that window, something is coming. We got a storm coming. I was in London yesterday and it was unbelievable. It was like polystyrene falling from the air. Massive hailstone. For the UK, the hail was big. Seriously. Inch of like hail and rain in like an hour. It's absolutely crackers. All I was going to say was if you're doing street portraits, and obviously confidence is a massive thing. So once you overcome that barrier of going up to people and saying, hey, you look amazing, can I take your picture and all that sort of thing, and once they say yes, you've got to be in the position to get that shot. No faffing around with your camera. So you've got to know your settings, you've got to make sure your camera's not going to mess around. How pretty is this? You've got to basically go up to them, grab that shot in half a second and know exactly that you've nailed it. No faffing around, because as soon as you get there and you put the camera to your eye and you start thinking, oh hang on, let me just change this, let me just change that, you're going to piss them off. Your confidence is going to hit the floor. You're not going to do your best as far as getting ran over by a Tesco van. You're not going to do your best as far as sort of quality of image, because you're going to be thinking about camera settings and everything like that. And what's worse is that will knock your confidence for the rest of the day. You're just not going to be able to do it. You're not going to have that confidence to go up to somebody else because you've got over that big hurdle. So yeah, massive tip. Get even down to where your focal point is. I mean, but back then I ran over to that bloke, F2, put my focal point in the top left hand corner of the screen because I anticipated that was where I was going to be focusing. So I kind of in my head pre-arranged what the photograph was going to look like. So I put the focal point where it was going to be, made sure that all the settings were right, made sure the histogram was right, and yeah, fired away. But yeah, you can't get to the person and then start faffing around with your camera. You've got to know what your camera's doing. Make sure you know if you're shooting aperture priority or any other auto settings. Make sure you know what your exposure triangle is doing, so that your photographs actually come out. Because otherwise, it's heartbreaking. Anyway, it's coming. It's coming. Roman, this is all your fault for wearing your summer friggin' trousers. How do you think we did? I really enjoy it. It's kind of addictive, and I think going forward, my street photography, I'm going to be doing far more street portraits, far more street photographs than I've ever done. I really enjoy it, and I find it quite inspirational because it gives you this buzz, this surge of energy. If you're walking around the streets and you think, I'm not getting any inspiration of any street photography as such, as in candid shots, and you see some interesting people, it will give you that surge of energy that makes you think, brilliant, this was fantastic, what a good start to the day. So yeah, highly recommend doing some street portraits. So few tips, beginner's tips for street portraits. Now I haven't been doing it long, so this is rich coming from me, but I have been doing photography for a very long time, and dealing with people is something that I've always enjoyed because I'm a people person. So first thing I'll say to you as tip number one for street portraits is to know your camera. Inside and out, as in know the settings you're going to use, know the lens, know your focal length, have the camera ready. So if you see somebody cool walking down the street, you're not going, excuse me, can I take a picture? Yeah, no worries, yeah, okay, great. Let me just change, oh, let me just change my lens, let me just put a memory card in, let me just put a new battery in, oh, it's, you know, none of this. Have your camera ready. So when you see somebody coming down the road, you think, act like you've got a 5-second limit to take the photograph. That's the best thing. Because if you're photographing a wedding or an event, or if you're a paparazzi photographer, want to be one, then you've literally got an instant to take the picture. There's no faffing around. So once you've got the courage to once you've picked up the courage to say, oh, that person's amazing, I'd love to take a photograph of them. You know, once you've done that, it'd be such a shame to go over there and say, yeah, just bear with me 1 second, because your confidence will just drop. So know your camera, know your aperture, even to where your focal point is going to be. Even to your, the histogram is right, everything is right. You're not changing a thing on your camera when you're in front of that person. So you'll just love it. It makes it so much easier, and you can spend far more time engaging with the person that you've just met, as opposed to them just standing there like a lemon while they don't know you. they're doing you a favour, and they're like, you know what I mean? Just have it right. So that is the first one. So tip number 2 is be ready, which kind of goes on with tip number 1, but it means that if you see a frame, you see a composition and think this would be amazing backdrop, I just need somebody really quirky to come and walk here. So stand there ready, waited. Somebody, it might take you all day, but if somebody, the right person, walks down the street wearing a suit or wearing something quirky or wearing something ridiculous or arty, whatever it is, you say, hey, excuse me, sorry to bother you, do you mind if I take your photograph? You look amazing. And you've already got this scene laid out. You've already got this pre-visualized composition ready. So when that person turns up, you've got your camera settings, you've got your lens, you've got your aperture, your shutter speed, your histogram, your focal point is in the right place. Everything is ready, so that when that person goes, yeah, sure, fantastic, I'd love you to take my picture. What's it for? Oh yeah, job done. And then you stand there and you've got everything ready. And it's just, it makes, as opposed to finding somebody who's really cool, you look amazing. Can I take your picture? Yeah, fantastic. Where shall I stand? You know, it's just so much easier if you've got everything. Obviously, it can't happen all the time, but if you can do that, it makes a massive difference, I promise you. Tip number 3 is one I find quite easy because I've been doing it for so long and I'm very much a people person, but it's look happy and friendly. If you go up to somebody who looks really, really quirky and they're enjoying their day and you think they look amazing and you're going over to them, say, can I take your picture please? Or, you know, really, if you go over them really nervous, if you go over them looking really quite introvert or whatever, they might shy away from you because you don't inspire any trust. But if you go over to them and say, hey, how you doing? You look amazing, I love you. Quite as wide as that, but you could say, look, really like your hat, really love the way you're dressed, what's the fashion all about, do you mind if I take a photograph, I think you look great. But do it with a smile on your face, because people buy people, you know, I'm sure you know, it's like going to a shop, nice people sell you better, don't they? So just go up to them and say, really, really nice to meet you, I hope you don't mind me asking, I love what you're wearing, can I take a photograph of you? And, you know, offer to show them the photographs, of course, in fact, insist on showing them the photographs so they can see what you're doing. But be up front and tell them what it is and all that sort of thing. But if they say no worries, lovely to meet you anyway, have a great day. But do it with a smile. Don't be afraid. Don't look intimidating. Don't look moody. Honestly, do it with a smile. Do it looking happy. And yeah, you might even make their day. The fact that you've gone over to them and said, you look amazing, can I take your photograph? That might mean the world to this person. They might be in a really, really bad way. They might look fantastic, but on the inside they're feeling crap. And you've gone over to them and they've gone, this is amazing. This guy thinks I look fantastic and he has to take my picture. Now I feel fantastic. So you could do that to that person. So yeah, do it with a smile and then yeah, you'll probably get a far better result than going over and going, can I take a picture please? That sort of thing. Tip number 4 is compliment them. So easy way to go up to somebody is to say, fantastic, look at that lady over there, she looks amazing. Really, what do you like about her? I love the way she's dressed, she looks really, really cool, really, really funky, arty. Well, there we are then. So you go over to them and you say, hiya, how you doing? Love the way you're dressed, it's really, really amazing. So just be really complimentary, love your hat, you look really, really cool. Do you mind if I take a picture? But focus on what it is that's important to you. What drew you to that person? What makes you intrigued with them? Where's the reason basically? Why do you want a picture of them? What is it about that person? Why are they interested? A bit like street photography in general. Why are you taking a picture of it? Is it interesting? So go up to them and be complimentary. Your hat looks amazing. I really, really like it. Do you mind if I take a street portrait or something like that? And then obviously I'll send you a copy. No worries. I'll show you the back of the camera. You can see it. And I'll delete it if you don't like it. But just be complimentary. Just make whatever drew you to them, make that the reason you're talking to them. Because it's so easy. Once you've seen something you like, you go, that bloke looks amazing. I love the way he's dressed, really, really dapper. I'm going to go up to him and say, mate, you look fantastic. I love the way you're dressed. Do you mind if I take a picture? Your hat looks fantastic with the suit and stuff like that. And you might go, yeah, mate, I'd love that. Can we do a proper photo shoot? In which case, you've got a bit of a job on the side. But either way, just honestly, that is the way to do it. Just be complimentary. The other option I would give you is, I'll tell you what, carry business cards. It's not on my list, but if you carry, I don't think it is. I thought it was. No, it's not. Carry business cards. Should have been on my list. So after you've done a photograph, say, well, even if they say, oh, what do you want my photograph for? What are you going to do with it? Just say, well, okay, here's my business card and here's some examples. Put a few, I don't obviously, but put some photographs on the back of there. It's my actual business card of what you do. Put one photograph on the back of there. So they say, what sort of thing do you do then? Well, here's my business card. You can keep that, and that's one of my portraits. And they might go, That's fantastic. Oh, cool. Yeah, okay, I'll have my picture taken. In which case, they've got some credible details that they can contact you. Email address, you could make one up just for your street photography. Name, Instagram, that's all that needs to be on there. If you're not running a photography company, no worries. Just stick those basic details on there and your social media, and that's all they need. So yeah, going on from that, offer them a copy. In fact, insist on it. Say, listen, really, really love these photographs. What do you think of these pictures? You look fantastic. Let me send you a copy. Here's my card. Send me an email, send me an Instagram, whatever, and I'll send you a copy free of charge, black or white or colour, whichever you prefer. I'll send them over to you straight away. But honestly, just makes them feel like they're getting something from the shoot as well. It's not just you, take. I want a picture of them, so they've got to give me a picture. Well, give them something in return. What is in it for them? So here's my card. If you'd like a copy of the photograph free of charge, you can use it for your social media or whatever like that, or for your modelling portfolio, or whatever you want to do. And then they might look at the pictures when they get them and say, this guy was amazing, look at the photographs he took of me. I might actually have a go at doing some modelling with him, in which case, here's his contact details, or their Instagram, their friends might see him and say, wow, they're good, who took them? In which case, you don't know, the ball might roll. So yeah, definitely get some business cards done. Can't believe that's not on my list. Thought it was. That's a fluke. I'm glad I had that business card. Get some business cards done. Dead simple. Don't go giving your home address. Don't go giving your mobile number. Just keep it very, very simple so that you don't care who's got them particular details. A street photography specific email is a really, really good idea. And if you've got a website, even better. Okay, next thing. We've said offer a copy. Next thing is be transparent. Excuse me, sir, do you mind if I take your photograph? Yeah, sure. What for? What are you going to say? You have to have an idea of what you're going to say. Well, it's actually just for street photography. I do street portraits. You look really, really cool in that suit, and I thought it'd be really, really cool to do a photograph of you in front of this building because it look amazing. It'd be really, really cool. Here's my card, so you can see the sort of work that I do, and then obviously you can see that I'm a legit person. I'm not dodgy, and then obviously I can send the pictures to you. And if they say, "No, I'm all right, mate. I haven't really got time," no worries, no problem at all. But the more transparent you are, the more and the more smiley you are, the more people go, "Oh, sounds legit. Yeah, why not?" Be transparent. If people say, let me see the picture, no, I don't like it, can you delete it? Delete it. It's honestly, just move on to the next. It's not worth it. Don't want to upset them, and obviously you don't want to upset you either. And I guarantee most of the time you actually make their day, because they might be going through a really, really boring patch at work or on the lunch break or whatever. Their lives might not be that interested, and you've just made their world just go. So yeah. But be transparent and offer them a copy and all that sort of thing. Offer to show them the photographs, and yeah, that's definitely they're the basics. But I can't tell you how important it is to know your camera, know what a histogram is, know what your shutter speed's doing, know your exposure triangle. You know the score, know your exposure triangle, and keep it as simple as possible so you're not faffing around with your camera when you're in front of the person. Anyway, rabbit over. This is supposed to be a short video, and if you watch my channel on a regular basis, you'll know that's pretty really difficult for me. But if you haven't already, do hit the subscribe button. Also, check out F8 magazine. The new issue 6, I think it will be, is just going to print this week, or the next couple of days anyway. So if you've not subscribed to F8 magazine, it's my street photography magazine, which you can feature. Yes, you can feature your images in if you use these details here. So use the either join the Facebook group or use the hashtag StreetGat or F8 Street Mag on your photographs on Instagram, and we will look out for your images, and you could even be called for an interview. You never know. So anyway, hit the subscribe button, guys, and I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the photographs. See you soon.